Hi there, everyone, and welcome to my review of Goodfellas, starring Robert De Niro and Ray Liotta. So, the big premise of this movie is that Ray Liotta plays a man named Henry Hill, who basically works his way up through his mob career. He wants to be a gangster as a kid, and he finally gets his chance when he helps them out, and he starts pulling robberies and all that kind of good stuff with Robert De Niro's character, Jimmy Conway. Now, throughout the movie, they get into some tougher times together, like having to bury bodies and all the good stuff that mob people usually get into. And it makes for a really good experience. Martin Scorsese's directed it, of course, and Martin Scorsese totally rocks this movie, because this movie is absolutely fantastic. It's actually one of the best movies I've seen in a while. The acting is top-notch. I mean, Robert De Niro, what else can you ask for? It's Robert De Niro. And what I love about this movie so much is it's not so much of a mob movie. It is a mob movie, but it's also kind of a character study, where Ray Liotta's character Henry Hill goes through the times of his life, and it takes place over quite a number of years, about 30 years, 25 years if I remember correctly. And Henry Hill goes through a lot in that time, going from being in jail, and then he finally has to go behind the back of his big guy, Paulie, and he has to start selling drugs so then he can become famous and rich and everyone likes him. And it's really a character study shown from this innocent little guy who just wants to be involved with something bigger. And you see his downfall from one of the highest, most respected, most liked people in the mob to just kind of like a scumbag. And it's an excellent sort of character study in there. The movie does feel a bit long at times. I found myself checking to see what time it was every once in a while. But every time this movie gets really good, it gets really, really good. And that's the thing that you'd love about this movie the most if you saw it. I think a lot of the supporting characters do a really good job as well. Whoever plays Tommy in the movie, Joe Pesci, I believe, he does a fantastic job. And the great thing is that all these characters are believable. They all act like guys in the mob, and you love all of them. Well, I wouldn't say love, but you can feel for all the characters, and you think they're all kind of cool. And I think that's the best part about movies like this, is that they are bad guys, but they're cool bad guys. And movies like this, they're always definitely worth checking out. While it might be a little bit of an older movie, I still think Goodfellas is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. But the acting being so good, the directing being absolutely excellent, and just the whole character premise and how the script works its way down until you don't feel much for this character. It's a fantastic movie, and I think it's one of those movies that anybody can get into, regardless of what you like about it, what you like about movies and whatnot. So, I really love it, and I think I'm going to give Goodfellas 4.5 out of 5.